Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Meditation Minyan. I'm Rabbi Hannah Leslie Glazer of Congregation Adat Reim, and we're glad that you're with us, either live on the Zoom or watching the recording afterwards. We're glad you're here. So we are following along a practice of the Omer, counting the Omer, the 49 days between Passover and Shavuot. And we are taking it week by week. We are in the third week of the 7, and we are focusing on one of the sfirot for each time that we meet. So one of the 7 sfirot that the Jewish mystics would apply to the 7 weeks of the Omer. By the way, there are more sfirot, but the Omer, they only took 7 of them. We can talk about that at another time. So we are going to be in the third one now, which is Tiferet, which is compassion or balanced love. And I have some other names for it too, but we will explore that in our meditation. So I'm going to invite you now to get comfortable in your seat and lower your gaze, close your eyes, whatever feels comfortable there. Feet on the floor. And when I just scan the body and look for areas of tension. I know I keep some in my face and my jaw. And wiggle your jaw around and see, or breathe into that space. Shoulders, and push them down and back. The hips and the belly, the legs, the feet, the arms, the hands. You may wish to wiggle your fingers. And then once you're settled in and still, let's take some good deep breaths and allow ourselves to sink into a more relaxed place. Each breath in, a little deep, and then a longer breath out. And each breath takes you further into a relaxed place. And now we're going to review the first 2 sfirot that will help take us into Tiferet. We started with Chesed, which we define as overflowing love, loving kindness, grace, juicy and sloshing around. It goes everywhere, just like water. Chesed fills everything, everywhere. It fills us. It overflows. It flows through us. We can share it with others. Let's take a moment to enjoy that feeling of chesed and experience it. Think of it as gentle waves in the water. Lots of metaphors you can use. And then we think about Gevurah. Gevurah being the boundaries, the container. It's what allows us to hold the chesed in so that we can fill up when we're feeling empty. Gevurah is the ability to know when to stop, when to say no, when to step back. Gevurah is also a place of stability. Chesed is dynamic, it's everywhere. Gevurah is more stable and more static. And it is firmer. And we can notice what happens when the chesed meets our Gevurah. Whatever imagery you're using for that. And as the two begin to interact, they come into balance. And that balance is Tiferet. Tiferet comes from Chesed and Gevurah. That is where Tiferet is born. It must contain both elements, both the loving kindness and the container and the boundaries, the yes and the no. Is the place where head meets the heart. Some will call this mature love or balanced love, where we know how to give and also how to receive. Tiferet does not have to be static, but it is grounded. And that's why having the feet on the floor, if you can do that, is a good place to be for Tiferet. Or some part of the body that is touching the earth if you're lying down on your back. As we explore that balance, giving and receiving, offering and taking, the yes and the no, the generosity and the discernment. We can explore Tiferet also in our bodies. You can pause and take a moment and see where you might experience Tiferet in your body. What it feels like there. What's the sensation of it? If you're visual, you can imagine, what does it look like? And we'll continue to explore for another 10 minutes. Enjoy the exploration, and I will come back and get you in about 10. I'm going to go on mute now. So our time for meditation is drawing to a close. I want to invite you to deepen your breath and make your way back into the room slowly. Open your eyes when you're ready. And I want to say that Tiferet is also a really wonderful place to rest in our spiritual journeys. It's a place to take stock of how far we've come in balancing Chesed and Gevurah. It's a really nice place to, appreciation for those around us, for our own strength, our own journey, our own wisdom. Tiferet is a really great place to be reflective and to cultivate appreciation for ourselves and those around us in our journey and our journeys together. So thanks again for joining us, and I want to wish you a great week. Enjoy this week of Tiferet. Lots of great opportunities there, and we'll see you next week. Thanks again.